Hello, it is Sunday. It is NaNoWriMo, and that means I'm here to get some words in and probably snack along the way. I'm happy that y'all are hanging out with me, but y'all don't have to be as productive as I am, hoping to be. We'll see how it goes. This story really isn't gelling for me, but I'm excited about it, so we'll see if I can make it work. Um, as always, I have my two lovely co-hosts with me, Doc Coleman and Sako Tumi. Say hi to the nice people.
Hi to the nice people.
Hi, nice people.
So, what are y'all working on today? Let's start with Doc since Sako's yawning.
Uh, I'm I'm still copying notes from my editor, but I am down to the last 6 chapters. I probably would have gotten farther, except yesterday we had to do an all hands drill to shift stuff away from where the chimney sweeps are coming in on Tuesday, so had to get done. So
legit.
well,
Sako?
I am working on tarot cards for a video game.
Very nice. Oh, right. I saw you working on them earlier. So, how are they coming along?
They're coming along. I got a lot of coloring to do.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna lay some flats today.
Okay, cool. So, and of course, I'm working on my suburban fantasy where I neglected the fantasy side of things because it's still not fully percolated in my head. So, I may have been writing the story a little too early. But, instead of a zero draft, this might be a pre draft where I'm figuring out the world and I'll go back and rewrite it later.
well,
So,
as you described it during October, the fantasy kind of grows as the story goes on. So
yeah.
there's I don't know how many words deep you are, but there should still be plenty of time to bring in more fantastical elements.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. But I definitely wanted to set it up as a fantastic world in the first place. So, but not like heavily so. Yeah, it's a weird borderline place that I'm trying to figure out exactly where I'm settling in. So, but not all stories work the first time. My first novel that I finished, I took 2 runs at it with a very abortive NaNoWriMos that petered out about the 20K mark in like '08 and probably 2013 or 11 before I actually wrote it in 2013/14 because I didn't finish during Nano. It went 130,000 words. It did not get finished in November.
Yeah.
But like 20K of that were maybe not 20K, but whenever I got stuck, I did vignettes about different characters or world building. And so those were easily pulled out, but could be shorts elsewhere or, helped me understand the world a little better. So everybody else is like being super productive and like making forward progress rather than kind of feeling like they're spinning their wheels a little. So
Well, this whole thing I've been doing has felt like spinning the wheels because I'm copying notes instead of actually reacting to the notes.
see,
But it's still processing. It's pre-processing up here, so that when I
yeah,
do actually start revising, it should go pretty good.
yeah. That's why I do 2 like big monitors and I just open up all the different documents at the same time and move forward unless one of them has a lot of heavy line edits. And then I might go through and clear out the line edits and then use that as my base draft.
Yeah, I like to keep everything in Scrivener. That's just my choice,
Oh
and
yeah.
by copying the notes over in, I can save that off and spawn off a new draft, and then revise the notes, and I can still go back to what did she say when after I've already deleted the note because I think I fixed it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I send everybody their own Google document because I don't
Right.
want them to influence each other. I wish you could like pull them into one document, but you can't, at least not yet. That is the dream. But until then, I don't want them to influence each other. And but when I start to incorporate the edits, I copy and start a new draft. Yeah, anything that major, I want to preserve the original. So, speaking of, we are 20 days into November. Have you backed up your manuscript yet? I think I'm going to do that as we speak. I'm going to go file. I'm going to do download. I'm going to do, sure, we can do doc, Word doc. There we go. And all my notes, I have a document for that. I'm going to download that.
Backup drive.
And now I'm going to email it from one account of my own to another account of my own. So it'll also be saved in my in my inbox.
Yeah.
So it'll both be on this computer, but also in the ether, because it'll be, in 2 different emails. So here you go.
I've got the original copy in Scrivener. I've got the backup copy that Scrivener makes automatically. Those are both sitting in Dropbox, so they get synced to the cloud and to my other computers.
Right.
I've got a backup drive connected directly to my Mac, so Time Machine is making backups constantly. I've got backups covered.
Okay, I just wanted to remind people.
Good note for everybody else.
Yeah. So in comments, I see Andy is hanging out with us. Hello and welcome. If I remember correctly, you were working on some shorts and getting those polishing out the door, because unlike us hobbyists, you're a professional. So, okay, Sako's a professional and Doc, dabbles in pro.
Hey, I just got invited to sign at a new Renaissance festival. So
nice, that's awesome.
I've been trying to get into this for 5 years.
Oof. Well, two of those years didn't really count.
Well, admittedly, 2 of those years didn't really count, but it also turned out that today is when I find out that the person who was running it when I first made contact 5 years ago, they quit because they weren't making enough money, and one of my friends from the writing circuit took it over. And today he finally contacted me and said, "Hey, I hear you're interested in our little Time Travelers Day at the Carolina Renaissance Festival." And it's like,
oh, nice. That's a great day to do it. Oh my gosh, that works out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard back from RavenCon. I am in for next April. So that was actually, no. What I got was hey, we're opening up the hotel block for people who are going to be panelists. And then a follow-up email 20 minutes later. Oh, right.
You're going to be a panelist.
We accepted your panel request.
Yep.
Oh, and I put in for Imaginarium. So, and I heard back on that. So hopefully I don't know what, maybe yours got in spam or something. Just, I can nudge Cassandra for you if you want.
Yeah, nudge Cassandra for me, because I thought I submitted.
Yeah. And I don't see any reason why if they accepted me, they wouldn't accept you, because, I mean, we're both quality programming.
Yeah.
So, you had a lot of people show up at, even your solo stuff. So I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit I did not put in for RavenCon this year. And part of that is because I got asked to do this short story for a different con, which is actually right at the beginning of April. And it's two cons in the same same month is a little bit too much for me right now. But I'm trying to look up the name of the con. Let's see.
You can't remember the name of the con?
No, I can't remember the name of the con. I'm doing too many other things. We'll come back to it. I'll jump in as a surprise, like in the middle of all these things.
Right.
Oh, by the way, it was this.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we are 10 minutes in, and it is Nano. So I kind of want to be a little more heads down than I might typically be. I see that.
I'll take it up during the sprint.
Sure. So let's see. I'm going to present. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share a single Chrome tab. 22 minutes because Morgan is easily amused and it's 2022. Hello, Doc. Or wait. Jennifer Brown says hello, ladies and Doc.
Hi, Jennifer.
So, so we're getting ready to do a sprint. And let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chaka-laka, laka, laka. Wait, did I do an extra laka?
Does it matter? Enjoy the extra laka, the delicious.
And tip your waiter.
That was interestingly echoed.
Sorry. Oh, so how was your sprint?
I'm working on gradients
Ooh.
without a bucket.
Without a what?
A paint bucket, like in
Oh.
Photoshop. There's a paint bucket that you can do gradients with.
Gotcha.
Are you doing manual gradients or just?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Fun, I think.
It'll be pretty.
Yay. So, Doc?
And I thought I was actually going rather slow, but I just finished a scene, which is like half the chapter that I'm working on.
Nice.
Oh, and it's a long chapter. Okay, maybe that's why it didn't seem like much.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I got 646 words.
Cool.
So I am not sad at all. That is a quite happy place for me.
You were definitely cranking on words, which may be going in the wrong direction.
Hey, we are about to go rave a grob.
Yeah.
Rob a grave, that one.
Grave or Rob. Okay. and we've set the tone for the afternoon right there.
So, well, her aunt and uncle buried the ashes when they're supposed to be put in a ritual thing first, and it's not good. So,
okay.
Popping into the comments. Oh, hey, Doc found out that he's going to be at the Telltale Steampunk Festival, which is awesome. Nicole's cat came to visit. Nicole's keyboard.
Their keyboard decided to come and visit. Yeah.
Right. Maven Maverick swung by. She is the one of two municipal liaisons for the Northern Virginia NaNoWriMo group. So she's awesome. Nikki said hi, and Andy's finished accepting edits for a short story set to be published next year and is working on an outline for a new one. So, and I think I made Maven Maverick blush. Yay!
The little cartoon mouse is just perfect for that augur.
Right. So yeah, some progress. I think this scene might stay in. So right now we are in the car and we're taking a van, and the van was half. Is there like clapping in the background at somebody's house?
Sorry, Greg's doing chopping.
Oh, making dinner. Nice. So yeah, we are in a van, and the people who remodel stuff for a living have their van half fitted out as a tiny house van, which, considering their partner is a tattoo artist and they do shows and stuff, it never hurts to have crash space that you drive.
I was going to say, does it say the mystery machine on the side of it is it painted
Do
lots
not.
of flowers? And...
They stealth camp.
Okay. White van man. No.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, they are booking it out to the place to go dig up an urn. How far down do you think somebody would bury an urn in a churchyard?
Standard 6 feet. Has to be 6 feet.
My wife is saying that if it's a standard burial, it'd be about 6 feet.
Yeah. That's for a funeral and a casket, but I don't know why.
Usually there's a wall where like urns are put in a drawer.
Okay.
Yeah. But if they're actually burying the urn, then it would fall under the regulations for interring human remains, so it would be 6 feet deep.
Really? Ashes count? Because they're not going to leach the same. I don't know. That just seems weird. Okay.
It's your world. You can change the civil ordinances if you like, but Yeah, usually urns are as Sako said, stored above ground, usually like in a wall of a facility that's built specifically for it. But if they're going to inter it, then they're probably going to inter it the same depth as they would a coffin.
Okay. Interesting.
So different tools to bring to the grave robbing if you're just going to be robbing ashes. You need to bring crowbars instead of shovels.
Oh, hey.
Sledgehammers, yeah.
So the laws which regulate vary by region, but because cremated remains are sterile and there's no need to avoid scavengers, pests, or predators, usually they're less stringent and they're usually closer to about 3 feet deep.
Okay.
Although some places do require maybe just 6 inches, and some, it's the standard 6 feet deep. So
yeah, it depends on the governing ordinances of the area. But
yeah, which is why I tried Googling Virginia's ordinances, but oh well. I'm gonna say it's 3 feet down and it's in the urn.
Okay.
Yeah. Maven says it's not like someone is going to stand up after they've been cremated.
So, in the Victorian era, there were cages that they put over graves because they were afraid they were going to raise as vampires and like.
And there were also bells, just in case the person wasn't actually dead.
Yep. There were things like that. My wife actually just made the suggestion of calling a funeral home because if anyone's going to know, they'll know.
Yeah. Brandy swung by. Hello, Brandy. Brandy says Arlington National Cemetery inters urns, and Saved by the Bell, that's where it originated.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, I don't know. I may be extrapolating from the phrase. But yeah, so it's kind of creepy that, people could fall into comas and end up. So
kind of makes you wonder what people were exposing themselves to, that they were falling into comas so often that this became a problem. But
so, okay. And Andy says, and here I thought all that was to prevent an enterprising quote unquote resurrectionist from getting medicinal supplies without authorization.
Well, that actually was the other problem, is that fresh bodies were prized by medical schools and other places that could not get them otherwise.
Yeah. So you just have to look at what's nearby and what sort of things people are doing independent studies of. And yeah, there could be many reasons for different things. So they did say scavengers. They didn't say non-human scavengers.
This is true.
So
you got to make them work for it. No.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for saving me from having to do research for the next section, because I think we're going to get there after dark, and we're going to use our phone lights but she has told Miss Streamer that she can't live stream a grave robbing because it's illegal and
generally not a good idea to live stream actual commission of crimes.
Exactly.
You could even use that line.
Right? But there's also the fact that, it's off brand for her, so you don't really want to mess up your demographic.
This is true.
So, okay, well, who's ready for another sprint? And or snacks? Wait, what are people snacking on today?
I have not designated snack du jour, so
no snack.
No. I have no snack either.
Well, I've got plenty of snacks available. I just haven't designated one for today.
I actually haven't pulled out a snack yet either, partially because I carb binged before my nap, and I'm still a little full. But Blinkerbell is here, and Blinkerbell is eating some Frosted Flakes. So we've got some Frosted Flakes, and Maven Maverick is going to go make dinner, but is happy to have gotten a couple more words in. Glad to have you. Enjoy your dinner. So, okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. I got to reset the timer. I got to show the timer.
That would help.
And let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, wait. 3, 2, 1. I was counting up. Start. One of those days. Well, I was a slacker. How was your sprint?
I believe I got about half a scene, like 2/3 to the end of the chapter. Like I said, it's a big chapter. Apparently, this second scene is a bigger part of it. But I feel like
That's what he said.
yeah,
Ooh. Wait, 2 seconds. Sorry. Whoop.
Nope.
Ah, I was gonna spotlight you. That's not how to spotlight. Let's try
No.
that again.
I think it's solo layout. It's the Fool. All I have to do is the boulder.
That's super cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. Oh,
Don't tell my client.
Oh, you're not supposed to share it?
Yeah.
So, hello, Arcade Gold is here. New phone, who dis?
Hi, Arcade.
Yep. Nicole got 245 words. Andy finished his outline, has a few words down, and started laundry. Blinkerbell got some updates made to the website and some graphics made up. Still a few more tasks that are similar before Blinkerbell moves on to writing a blog. Andy loves the Fool's shirt, and Blinkerbell thinks it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I got 56 words, and I clicked some clickbait where I read a bunch of Disney memes.
Disney memes. Got it.
I enjoyed the one where it said, kill count 0,000,000 for Mulan.
Oh, for
or
Mulan.
Yeah. So,
okay. So you research Disney memes as for to inform your grave robbing scene. Gotcha. Okay.
Sure. We'll go with that. RK just finished a workout. Didn't know we were doing sprints. Yeah. And is rewriting the final 4 chapters of a new book. Awesome. That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
I thought I put up the thing that said we were sprinting, but I don't always. It happens. So if we're quiet, it usually means, oh, I did get a snack. So, I mean, it wasn't a totally wasted break. I got one of my...
So there is that, right?
Right? I got one of my 70% chocolate. Why can't you read this? See where it says 70%
70% cocoa, yeah.
Yeah. And it was delicious. So quality snack there. And then my AC, it got cold in here. I don't know why. So I had to turn up the temperature. So Blinkerbell is joining the rest of us with being happy that RK is writing again.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm glad everyone else had a great sprint. I might even... my scene was in a weird spot and I wasn't sure where to go with it. So I was letting it kind of circulate a little bit. She's like, you two are too cute. Do y'all ever fight? So they're just really in sync. And if you ask one of them a question that hits a trouble spot, the other one will jump in and redirect, and they're just really cute together. And she's like, why have I never had such a healthy relationship? This is bold. So RK says, thanks, I never really stopped. We have Cancel Sean Boston 2 coming out next year. That's awesome. And RK is curious what Blinkerbell is working on. So, I mean,
I started coloring with the wrong color.
Control Z?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I can just color.
The joy of digital art over physical art.
That is, I have to say, there are times where I've gone back to paper and I double tap the paper, hoping that I can.
Why is
undo
this not
a
working?
line. Why is this working? Oh, right. Or a redo is a 3-finger tap. You know, like.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Eva said, I came over here so you don't have to translate. I don't mind translating. I read everybody's anyway, especially because I know some people are listening rather than watching. And, you know. What? You don't like to listen to me read all the comments aloud? If you don't, you've been enduring a lot of streams.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But besides, don't people come on here just so they can hear you read their comments?
I mean, does it sound better when I read it aloud? I don't know.
I don't know. It means they got noticed. That their words got on screen.
I got the
validation.
It's totally wrong, though.
Validation.
I am here to validate each and every one of you. So if you would like some validation, just let me know.
It's like parking. You show up, you get validated.
Exactly. So, am I ready to actually focus on productivity next sprint? Am I ready?
Are you ready?
Are you?
Which is funny because I might do the opposite. I might do a little self-care. Grab a snack, something.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I definitely need to start the next sprint by getting some more ice for my drink.
I should probably get some water. That would probably help me some. So.
Hydration is important.
Yeah. So Eva says, writing-wise, Eva is juggling several things most days, but the current focus is a middle grade paranormal series under pen name Tyla Kane. Still unsure if the plan is to query or go indie. And apparently I am so ready to do some sprinting. So
yeah.
Okay. Blinkerbell / Eva has spoken. Let's go ahead and do this in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chaka, laka, laka. 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 we're back. How was your sprint?
Self-care.
Legit.
Well, I got fresh ice and poured myself a fresh drink, and I'm just one comment away from finishing the chapter. So
Nice. I broke 3,600, so I'm pretty happy with that. Well, let me check real quick. Ah.
Ah.
That doesn't seem right. I couldn't have possibly done that many words. Oh, I subtracted instead of adding. That makes more sense.
I was about to say. You're totally capable of doing that many words. However.
Yeah. So I might be really close to my words for the day.
Nice.
Which, considering I took a sprint off, not sad with. So, oh, right, comments. Let's see. How's everybody else doing? Eva just laughed at me, so, you know.
Well.
She laughed at you a while ago at the beginning of the sprint.
A long while ago, yeah.
Yep. That was at 5:43. It's now 6:07. So
I got a lot of words.
You got a lot of words in, yes. Yay!
I got 785 words.
That's very impressive. That's like double rate.
So I was just like, did I miscount? What's going on here? I had to look twice. So I have my words for today, and I have time for another sprint. This is awesome. And we just started digging. And May's about to say, hey, I brought these trash bags so we can put the dirt back in, but also so we can put like the grass aside so we can do this right.
Mm-hmm.
So at least somebody knows what they're doing when it comes to grave robbing.
I guess.
Grave reclamation, because she was not supposed to be buried. It was against her will. Like, not like willpower, but her religion does not say that's how it's supposed to be done.
That was not the specifications in her last will and testament.
Exactly. But they're like, oh no, she's not Christian. She's going to be doomed to hellfire. We must bury her in a Christian graveyard. Otherwise, she's doomed. And it's like, but that's not her fate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you think she can be saved, but you're wrong because that's not her faith. So peace out, yo.
Peace out, yo.
So, yeah. Nicole says Nicole is nowhere near the nano goal, but that's fine as long as you're moving forward. Or, you know, some people are moving backwards because they're nano edmoing.
Because they're editing, yes. So many words to delete.
That's why I do it by page count. I look at what page I am on of the original before I started cutting, and that counts as my pages, and that's why I do pages when I'm editing.
Right on.
Because words don't give me that serotonin boost that I need for my metric based motivation.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So yeah.
See, I just count percentage progress to the entire story. So if I'm adding words or removing words, I'm still moving along through the story.
Right. That's why I do page count, is because I can see, you know, this many out of this many original pages.
Yeah.
So, I guess I could like totally. Since I often use a spreadsheet, just make that percentage so I can watch it go up. I was a 13-year-old boy yesterday because I hit 69% of my nano goal.
Nice.
And I'm 13, so
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But
That was
that means
necessary.
I'm in the home stretch now, which is
Yeah,
first
you is.
for me.
I gave up. I hit 7K, and that was still 7K that I wouldn't have written otherwise.
Which makes it a nano win.
Yeah.
In my book. So
in my book too.
Yeah. Is that a real fire or a picture fire?
It is a video fire.
That's
Gotcha.
a TV monitor behind her. So
I thought so, but occasionally she does have a real fire going.
Yeah, it is not unheard of to have a real fire going.
Yeah.
That is true.
Or spinning. No.
I picked up a Duraflame, so I might be breaking out some, because I have real wood, but a Duraflame says it's 2.5 hours, so that's a nice light. You know when it'll be done. Good length of time for sitting in front of a fire and or watching a movie while it's burning.
Except I believe it's you don't ever roast marshmallows over a Duraflame.
No. But I don't roast marshmallows inside.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But that's not usually what I do when I have a fireplace.
Yeah, we actually at one point got a kit for roasting marshmallows inside. It was basically a can of sterno.
I mean, I have a gas stove, so.
Yeah. But yeah.
And I talked it over with my HVAC people when I got that replaced about where the best spot to have my CO2 detector is, because I also have gas heat. Yeah. Although not a gas dryer, oddly enough, despite the fact it's in the laundry room. The furnace is in the laundry room.
Right. So the furnace is in the laundry room, but the dryer doesn't use gas. It uses electricity.
But I have gas heat and gas stove. So
go figure. I don't know.
Hi. Who do we have?
This is Pabu.
Hi, Pabu.
Noisy Pabu.
Catticus is just napping. Let me see if I can grab the camera and show you my napping kitty. Oh.
I was just saying.
See him over there?
I can show you.
He's on the back of the couch.
My napping kitties.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah,
all over
now
the couch.
he's moving.
Oh, he heard me. So now he has to take a bath. What are we landing on? Why are we not? Oh, there's some salt back there. Because I'm salty.
But
No, also because I eat lunch here, and most of the time, my lunch includes the heated frozen veggies, and salt makes them taste better.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, well, it is 6:14. Do we want to do a full sprint, a half sprint, or just chat? I know other people still need to get words in, so I'm open to that, though.
I would just as soon converse for the last 15 minutes.
Okay.
Sure.
But let's see what the audience says, ? Andy has probably gone off to dinner because it's about that time.
Yeah, talk to us, audience. You have the power. Use it.
Do.
Well, nobody's complaining.
There we go.
Oh, Andy's still here.
Andy is still here. Usually you've buggered off for dinner. Dinner's almost done.
But dinner is almost done. Yeah.
Some dinners do take longer than others to cook.
Yep.
It is known.
So speaking of dinners, have you all made big plans for Thanksgiving?
I have. I am making $1.05 billion 3 deviled eggs.
It's a very specific number.
Right. So my sister wants to take some down with her when she goes to visit the in-laws, and I'm taking some to Thanksgiving when I go see my parents.
Mhm.
And I do believe my other brother-in-law would really appreciate it if I could drop some off for his Thanksgiving that's up here. Unfortunately, I'm missing the Friendsgiving because last time I tried to, I asked Mom if she would do Thanksgiving on Saturday, and she said, sure, fine, no problem. But her brother, and she had Thanksgiving with my aunt's family on actual Thanksgiving, so they joined us again on Saturday. So for them, it was 2 Thanksgivings back to back with.
Does he know about second Thanksgiving? No.
Yeah. So although I do want to see if I can get in a request for enough turkey leftovers to make at least 2 turkey sandwiches, because I don't like gravy, and my family kind of often does turkey a little on the dry side. So turkey is not my favorite part of the meal, but I absolutely love turkey sandwiches after the fact.
Aha.
So
my family has a long tradition of non-traditional holiday foods. So, seeing as there's just the 2 of us, we really weren't going to go and bake
ham on it.
or get a big turkey and cook a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I was looking at Instacart last week and noticed that because I had to get some things from Costco, and I noticed that they have shepherd's pie.
Oh, nice.
Like, ooh, shepherd's pie. Love me some shepherd's pie.
Right.
So we got shepherd's pie. So they had apple pie and pumpkin pie. We got a couple of those, and then they were delivered, and we saw how freaking huge these things are.
You're saying it was the family size shepherd's pie?
It was most definitely the family size. They have one size of pie, and it's freaking huge.
Dude, wow.
So we're like pretty well set already.
Yeah. If I were closer, I would take one of those off your hands because I do love me some shepherd's pie. Although it's probably, what's the non-shepherd's pie? Shepherd's pie, because technically it's only shepherd's pie if it's lamb or something.
Lamb, yeah.
Well, you can do shepherd's pie with beef, but yeah,
I think it's called something else.
It's called something else, yeah.
Well, it's called cottage pie, but
yes, thank you. I was Googling quickly. Nicole says she's eating dinner. Andy has to go call his folks about Thanksgiving.
Well, that reminds me. Oh.
Right. Mama Maggie says hello, and they are having so many people here. They're having smoked turkey and ham and apple stuffed log with sides. Ooh, tasty.
I'm going over to my sister-in-law's house and she's bored. And she realizes that I don't eat turkey. So she makes a turkey for the rest of the family, and then she makes ham for Greg and I.
Oh, that's super sweet.
Which is very sweet. I keep telling her she doesn't have to do that. Like, I'll eat the damn turkey. But
this way she also has ham leftovers, and ham is delicious.
Yes, she does. And she also bestows upon us the leftovers, which is quite wonderful.
Okay.
That is,
and especially if we get that ham bone that is often in the ham, like we make soup with that.
Nice. That's so sweet. So I feel really kind of guilty for being relieved, but so I'm going down to my mom's, and she unfortunately had to put down one of her puppies this week.
Oh.
And Buttons is a sweetheart who had pretty bad arthritis and couldn't really do stairs and refused to pee anywhere except the kitchen floor, even though he'd go on the deck to go number 2, and had the shrillest bark and was very food motivated. But like, he also just wanted snuggles. And his puppy brother, Charlie, so he was a Papillon, and he was like 13, 14. And his puppy brother Charlie is a French bulldog who is like 3 and would like run over him because he's full of energy and he would be hurting, and Charlie would demand anything. It had to be fair. He would eat his food and then come try and take Buns' food. And if Buns got a treat, then he needed one, even though he wasn't really food oriented. He was fairness oriented. If he has one, I deserve one. So
yeah,
Mom
my cat is the same way.
Yeah. Mom says Charlie isn't eating as much now that Buns is gone because he doesn't have someone who might try to take his food. But Charlie also doesn't bark.
Ah.
And is very quiet, although he is denser and he's got really heavy claws. You know how some dogs have heavy claws? So as long as I have jeans on, it won't be a problem. But yeah, so I feel really bad, but it also means I'm not cleaning up the kitchen floor like 4 times a day.
Yeah.
This sounds like a good thing. But,
yeah, it was time, unfortunately. But he was a sweetheart, and I feel it was really easy to make him happy, either give him treats or let him pick him up and put him in your lap because he couldn't get up into a person's lap on his own anymore. So yeah, my sister was down just last weekend, and half of her trouble with the visit was keeping her toddler from getting bowled over by the dogs or stepping in something she shouldn't, and being woken up by the dog and then settling the kid. And so it's going to be a quieter visit, but I mean, he was such a sweet dog. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Buttons. So.
Alas, poor Buttons, we hardly knew.
Yeah. So Catticus will be abandoned for 2 days, and very sad, I'm sure.
I am sure. I am sure he will be mad when you come back.
He's usually not mad. He's usually clingy for a day or 2.
Yeah.
And then he's full up on energy, like, oh my God, I haven't played in a month. You should play with me now. And Catticus keeps wanting to play and then telling me, oh, not that game, a different game. Today we were playing fetch or chase, rather, hunt the toy. And then we were playing hold the toy up so he could bat at it. And then he ran off into another room so we could play hide and seek, where we peek around the corner at each other until one of us runs up and tags the other one, and then goes to find a new hiding spot. But yeah, he just keeps changing the game that I thought we were playing.
Yeah. Welcome to owning a cat.
So,
a kitten, no less.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be 2 in January.
Yeah.
I still call that a kitten, you know?
He's got a lot of energy, though.
Yeah, he still plays like a kitten. But yeah, no, he's full adult cat, but I'm afraid that's just his personality. He's probably going to be like that for most of his life.
Yeah. I think the play to nap ratio might switch up a little, though.
Yeah. Nobu was the same way when he was a kitten. And then he like calmed the F down, and like he mostly spends time napping. He's napping right in front of me, in fact.
Nice. Yeah. So he scratched up a friend of mine pretty bad because he escaped out the front door. And they were trying to keep him out of the street. And after 10 minutes on my, oh my God, intense work training, I went ahead and put bio break and went out. I'm like, it's been 10 minutes and they still haven't caught the cat. And they were circling around the car trying to corner him. And I walked out there. I'm like, what are you doing? I picked him up and carried him in. And he took a swipe at me, but he didn't get me. And I tossed him in my bedroom so he could calm down. Yeah. Timeouts don't work for cats, but in the punishment sense, but in the distract and calm down, typically. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, oh, yay. Nicole is eating leftover birthday dinner. Happy birthday. Was it your birthday or someone else in the house?
I believe it was her birthday yesterday.
Ooh, nice.
Or the day before. I can't recall.
Well, I hope it was a lovely birthday and that you got to celebrate with people you like.
So, somehow that comes off, a little off foot. It's like, may you celebrate your birthday with people you don't totally despise.
I mean, sometimes
That's a very Finnish way of looking at it too.
That's a very Finnish way of looking at it. Okay.
Finnish, yeah.
sometimes there's the obligatory family thing, and sometimes it's sometimes you work, and you get a meal at the evening. So,
So,
Friday.
Nicole's was Friday. Yeah,
it's last Friday or next Friday?
this past Friday. It's leftovers.
That's true. Leftovers.
Context clues.
Clues were there. How could you not see them?
I took a lot of standardized tests growing up.
Yes,
So,
but I didn't remember any of it.
In Buddhism,
Mhm.
in our particular sect of Buddhism, November 18th is really important.
Okay.
It's one of our holidays. It's the day when the organization was put together.
Oh, nice.
So, like,
Did you make it
Yeah.
out for their thing?
I gave a presentation over Zoom this morning
Okay.
regarding self and the impact on our environment.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah, it
well
was. It was.
Good.
And like right after our meeting,
Mhm.
the guy who was running the show had to go to a Marine meeting and basically do it over again. So
All right.
he's
Was it
like,
your
I'm glad
birthday?
you're doing this because I haven't seen it like at all.
Yay. That's good. I'm super glad that worked out then. So,
Mhm.
is Greg in your sect or?
Yeah. Well, sorta. Like he practices,
Mhm.
but he doesn't like participate in the organized religion part
Yeah. I wasn't sure
for
where he was.
for obvious reasons.
Right.
The only downside is that he only chants when things are bad. And I learned when I was young that you got to chant when things are good too, out of thanks and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
I'm one of these days I'm gonna make him realize that he should do it when he's feeling good too.
Yeah. Nobody likes those friends that only call you up when they need help.
Right.
You like to be there for the good times. So,
Ah.
well, it is 6:29. Thank you all for joining me, and I got all my words in 2 sprints, which mind blown. I should have probably gotten a little more leeway, but
Did we only do 2 sprints?
we did 3, but I skipped
Okay.
one. I read Disney
Oh, that's right. That's right.
and ate chocolate.
And ate chocolate.
Wow.
I wish I could eat chocolate. I wish I had chocolate to eat.
Because this is a non-judgmental sprint zone where, if you want to eat snacks and read Disney memes or take a nap,
Yeah.
that's where you're at today.
As long as you don't take a nap when you're running the stream and not wake up.
I have not done that ever.
Yes, I know. And we're happy about that. But
Thank you. Yeah. So,
Eating chocolate is important. I agree.
I mean, I have my big stash from for NaNoWriMo. So, although I've slowed down on the eating, something about binging chocolate for 2 weeks makes the you start to back off a little, or at least me.
Yeah.
So, Mama Maggie says, be blessed and happy productivity. And of course, eating chocolate is very important.
Yes.
It's part of my process.
Yeah,
Chips or chocolate, typically.
My wife recently rewatched the Venom movie.
Oh, why?
And I don't know what drove her to do it, but she watched Venom and she watched the sequel, the Carnage movie, and apparently one of the things that she pulled out about that is the symbiote gets basic nutrition out of eating two things: human brains and chocolate.
I
So
mean,
it's like there's a particular chemical that's only found in enough quantities in these two things. So it's like you just get this mental image of, Eddie doesn't want Venom going around chopping off people's heads, so sitting on the couch as Venom eating bonbons.
I'm just picturing it as like, I was thinking of you. Here's a supply of like bonbons.
Yeah.
Coming in like a Valentine's Day gift.
Yep.
Only it's to keep death.
To keep him from eating people's faces, yes.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
So. Well, thank you all for joining. Let's start with Doc, and let's go around and tell people where they can find us and all your stuff.
All right. I'm Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. So if you'd like to find more about the mad science, manners, and mayhem of my world, you can go to your favorite search engine and search on Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will bring up my webpage, my Amazon author page. It'll bring up Facebook, just about everywhere I've got, except I don't think they picked up on my new Mastodon account, but hey, give them time. But
I added it to my LinkedIn this week.
You added
can find
it?
me there.
Okay.
The link for Mastodon, because I joined when Twitter tried to blow up. It might not matter that I never got the Morgan Hazelwood and was stuck with Morgan Hazelwood. So go ahead, Sako.
Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Voit, right over, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. In fact, today I was designing a tarot deck for a video game. So if you are interested in videos that pertain to marketing for authors, I used to have a playlist of them. No, I still have a playlist of them on my channel, Sako Tumi Voit, and I will also be hosting a course on marketing for authors in January. So yeah. Yep. So keep an eye out.
Super exciting. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I write fantasy. I'm actively querying, although, I might still have an outstanding query. I will get back to it, but I'm waiting for the market to figure itself out first, I think, now.
You're passively querying.
I'm focusing right now on things I can control within my Nexus, which is drafting my new story and getting ready to get into the edits of my space fantasy after November's over. And I also vlog, and podcast, writing tips from the pros, and of course my own writerly musings over on the blog and the vlog. This week I was talking about reaching past Riordan, talking about the subgenre of modern human kids finding out their demigods and reconnecting with their heritage in mythology spin-offs, and the authors that are playing in that field, both under the Riordan imprint and those outside of it. And so if you're doing middle grade, there's so many book recommendations. And I finished season 5 of the podcast, but I will be having some bonus episodes about conventions coming up over the next month or so.
Yay.
So You can find me everywhere as Morgan Hazelwood, except Twitter, assuming Twitter's not dead next week. So have a great week. Have a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate the American Thanksgiving. If not, have a great, delicious meal on Thursday anyway. And we will be back next week. Bye. Thank you all for coming.